Welcome to day 88. We are approaching US elections. Bitcoin is still kind of flat, getting comfortable at the 69,000 zone. We stayed there for the entirety of this day, essentially. We did not go over 70,000. We did not go below 69,000. Our minimum was 69,147. We're currently approaching that at the moment for today, which coincides right on that uptrend line. I wouldn't be surprised if we do break it just to stay lateral for a while longer and then kind of reinforce the uptrend by continuing as long as we don't break, what we have here, 68,828. That's what the super trend shows me at least. As long as that doesn't flip bearish, then we should still be fine trekking our way upwards. But if you will notice, we are kind of, you're late, Bradley. We are kind of headed downwards at the moment over here. And that this super trend has already kind of flipped for other coins. I believe for Ethereum it has. That's a lie. I believe it was Solana then. That's also a lie. It was likely Sui then. No, that's also a lie. Never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about. So what's really happening is just waiting for elections. Of course, Saturday, of course, it's a slow day, of course. So we're not expecting too much to happen today. No big fundamentals are moving the markets. Trump has stopped rallying a little bit. And Kamala, almost. We're getting there with enough of her yapping. But still some news to cover, so we'll get to that very soon. What else do we got? We have positions open. Let's review those. All in losses, which is perfectly fine. I want them to keep dropping so that I could buy some more, and then we can take off with a nice, sweet Trump victory. Sui was carrying us yesterday, plus 30, I think it was. Not anymore. We're down to the negative $8. Bitcoin is hardly down, $13, and Ethereum, $26. Not a problem. We're perfectly fine. It doesn't bother me. So, while we're at it, let's just look at the other positions. The other coins as well that we have. The other position would be Ethereum, which we purchased at 2,530. Its current price is 2,485. I have another trigger order ready at 2,460. We're still pretty far from the uptrend line, given the fact that Ethereum is a slower coin. It had a slower recovery, and it drops real nice, but it rises up painfully slow. We're still very far off from all-time high levels. And how far are we from all-time high levels, actually? Let me give you an exact number. 49%, almost 50% of the way to reach our all-time high level. 5,000? That's a lie. 4,800? Yeah, that was back in 2021. But we reached 4,000 this cycle, this year, in March, when everything was booming. So yeah, still a long way to go for Ethereum. A lot of downtrends to break. These two as well from a much longer term scale, right? So still got some work to do here on Ethereum. Why did that move? Stop moving. Okay. But still, oh my gosh, I have to lock things in place because then I can't use my mouse anywhere. Still looking fine at the moment. This uptrend prevails, and I feel like it will carry us the rest of this bull run because it seems like a very strong one. Other than this one, I guess we have one more uptrend that can reinforce our upwards movement, hopefully. Is this drawn correctly? No. No. It's not what I'm trying to do. Unless I just fixed it. I did fix it. Okay. Yep, that's all we have. Yeah, likely to hit this trigger order. That would be real nice if we can get another DCA position into Ethereum. It was down 1.35%. I forgot to mention the percentages. Solana similarly also down 1.33%. And I'm assuming same kind of thing over here. We have our trigger order ready down there. The uptrend is much lower for this one, so we don't really got to worry too much. We have the downtrend to worry about breaking out of around the 180 mark, so still a long way to go as well. Do we have any position? We don't have any positions open, so nothing open yet for Solana. I wouldn't enter here because we're pretty close to hitting this. I'm I'm sure Sunday evening or Monday morning will bring some volatility and spike one of these two orders. I'm hoping both at least. And then November 5th, we'll go to the moon, hopefully. Sui is down the hardest. It goes up the hardest, it goes down the hardest. It's a very volatile coin. It's down 4.96%, almost 5%. We were at $2 and something because of non-farm payroll data. $2.16, no, I'm lying, $2.10. And then we dipped all the way down to where we currently are, $1.89. Pretty significant drop in terms of very, very, tiny cent scale. So that's fair enough. I have a position right on the blue line, I think. Yes, and one more trigger order outside of the downtrend, I mean the uptrend, so it would further confirm a downtrend if that would be the case. More volatility required towards the downside, and it's likely to happen. It seems like it's a very far distance, but 15% that can happen in one day, or less than 15%, I'm expecting 13%. Sure, absolutely possible. Any bad news can cause a crash like that. Or just out of nowhere, really. Maybe just a couple of days is what it takes. I don't know. We need to get rich quick soon, so that's what we're here for. Other than this, I don't have anything else open. It's a slow Saturday. I'm going to say that a lot. Let's go to some news, because we do have some interesting news to cover. If you're wondering why there's a darn squirrel on the thumbnail, this is why. It's a beloved internet sensation, Peanut the Squirrel. He was seized and executed by the New York State. Keep that in mind, okay? Now this is, it's causing some outrage in the media because nobody's happy that the New York State is going out of their way to break into some guy's house and euthanize a squirrel and a raccoon. Keep that in mind. There's a raccoon and a squirrel that were taken from this guy's house and euthanized. Apparently, Trump put out a statement. I don't think this is real. It looks satire, but we'll read it anyway. A statement from Donald Trump promising to avenge the squirrel. He says, there have been horrible reports out of New York, my former home state, where state environmental agents raided the home of Mark Longo and his wife. Mark was taken into custody for hours while officials searched his home and eventually took two of their pets, Fred the raccoon and Peanut the squirrel. These animals were later executed by the state of New York. New York authorities, under the terrible governor, put more effort into finding and eliminating a squirrel who was innocent by all accounts than they do to control the unchecked illegal immigrants who have flooded into their state. That is facts. If Peanut could have told them he was from Mexico, they would have sent him on his way and given him a hotel room and a $500 gift card to Buddy Squirrel. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Just making satire of this whole migrant situation. Instead, he was taken from his family. Very sad and a complete waste of resources. When we win, we will get our priorities in order and make America great again. And hence why you're going to see a lot of these AI squirrel memes wearing MAGA hats. Like I said, I don't know if this is an actual statement by Donald Trump or not, but it's pretty funny. I mean, it's not funny that the squirrel died, but like, it reaching this much attention to where Trump is commenting on it, it's pretty big. Elon Musk is for sure commenting on this. He's been retweeting and quoting other tweets about this situation. The owner of Peanut the Squirrel, this guy right over here is Mark Longo, explains how the New York officials raided his house, took Peanut and his raccoon, and killed them. 7-year-old Peanut and Fred the raccoon were euthanized after anonymous complaints. Oh, okay, so somebody ratted them out. He says that officers raided my house as if I was a drug dealer. I was sat outside my house for 5 hours. I had to get a police escort to my bathroom. I wasn't even allowed to feed my rescue horses breakfast or lunch. I was sat there like a criminal after they interrogated my wife to check out her immigration status, then proceeded to ask me if I had cameras in my house, then proceeded to go through every cabinet, nook, and cranny of my house for a squirrel and a raccoon. They got a search warrant for departments, and a judge signed off on a search warrant for a squirrel and a raccoon, and then they took them and killed them. So this has blown up the internet, at least for today. That's the main news headline that you're gonna get. Elon Musk, of course, commenting on this, saying like the legacy media says you're far right if you care about the government killing pet squirrels. There was an article apparently that was also published on this saying the far right is like so delusional that they care about a squirrel is the headline. But I don't know. The main outrage is, taxpayer funded agency raids a man's house to murder his rescue pets. And that is just plain evil. So yeah, this is the law enforcement officer, head Lauren office. Yeah, her name is Karen, and she deleted her Twitter account out of all this outrage, suspiciously enough. This is from the New York State Department of Environment Conservation. Yeah, they're the ones that entered, and so much for conserving the environment. They murdered a squirrel and a raccoon. What are you doing? Yeah, she deleted her account. Of course, her name is Karen. And yeah, from this sparked a lot of memes. Elon Musk contributes one saying, "This is a Democratic Party's priority list. They completely skip arresting illegals, arresting rapists, arresting murderers, and they just go directly to killing squirrels because New York State, of course, is more Democrat. So yeah, that's where that meme comes from. And this is a John Wick meme of when the internet, after they hear of what they did to Peanut the squirrel, yeah, they want revenge. And now people are using this to kind of campaign for Trump. Like, Trump will save the squirrels now. Kind of like what happened back in Springfield, Ohio with the Haitian migrants. They're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats kind of meme. It's coming back, and perfect timing too for elections. So that'll be great. And it's like this guy that owned the squirrel, he's posted so many like videos and viral videos, right? Of, the squirrel literally going into Trump's head. It's very cute videos that he uploads about it. And now it's dead. It was a very well trained squirrel, apparently, based off of the little bit that I read. And yeah, I raised it, rescued it. Apparently, its mother died or something. So yeah, he just kept him in the house, made some nice little videos about it. And here's Trump. The AI memes are going crazy. Tuesday's the day we vote for Trump. Him with the squirrels as his army, planning for revenge kind of deal. It's all very fun and games there. So, okay, U.S. elections, now that we're on the topic, it's always bullish for Bitcoin, but why are we seeing a dump? So Ash Crypto has done some analysis based off of the previous couple of years, every time that there has been a US election, which always coincides, by the way, with the halving events of Bitcoin, the same year, right? Every 4 years, we get a halving event for Bitcoin where it gets twice as hard to mine Bitcoin. The amount of Bitcoins you get rewarded for mining gets cut in half. That's what a halving event is. So yeah, that happens every 4 years, and also on that same 4 years, the election cycle happens. Last halving we had in 2012, 2016, 2020, 2024. Same thing with elections. That's what it means. Anyways, historically, days before the US election, Bitcoin does slide down, as we are currently seeing at the moment. We're seeing this little bit of a down movement. In 2016, it dropped 10.2%. 2020 dropped 6.1%. 2024, it is currently down 6.3%. And we can still dump a little more if we get a repeat of what happened in 2016. They're showing like 2016 cycle is very similar to this one, etc. So we can still dump a little bit more, but that doesn't invalidate the bullish sentiment for Bitcoin, because the US election is always bullish for Bitcoin. Kind of no matter what, because it's like, right now, what the market hates, you got to understand, is that they hate uncertainty. They hate not knowing what's going to happen. And that's what we're currently experiencing at this moment. We don't know if Trump or Harris will win. Will the American patriots make it too big to rig and a landslide victory for Trump? Or will Kamala Harris rig the election? That's the main thing. And of course, bad for Bitcoin if Kamala wins, good for Bitcoin if Trump wins. It's public knowledge at this point. You just got to watch a rally or two and you'll understand from both sides, right? Who is better, who is worse for crypto. But regardless, historically, we still see a nice pump. The parabolic phase does start as soon as the elections happen, right? As soon as they're over. Once we get the our next president-elect, then we know, okay, this is what to expect. I think we're good, and market will start rallying from there. Might not be the case with Kamala, and I personally think, but yeah, we'll see what happens from here. So this is normal, is bottom line what I'm trying to talk about here. All this down movement a little bit over here, it's normal. It's normal to see this 6% drop, right? No problem. So what else do we got? Battleground polls so far. I did see some other surveys and consensuses where it seems like the younger women are voting for Kamala and then the older men are voting for Trump kind of deal. Very funny. Arizona, Trump is leading 6.8 points. Is it points or percentage? I don't know what this is. Points. I'm going to call it points. Nevada, Trump is leading with 5.5%. It's percent. It's got to be percent. North Carolina, Trump is leading 3.6%. Georgia, Trump is leading 1.8%. Pennsylvania, Trump is leading 1.7%. Michigan, Trump is leading 1.5%. Wisconsin, Trump is leading 1.3%. Everything is red, right? Which is decent. This comes from Atlas Intel. Right here, you can see the differences for Kamala Harris, Donald Trump. And according to people over here, they're saying that Atlas Intel is so far the most accurate pollster for the second election in the row, if everyone votes. Every number here makes almost perfect sense when looking at other data. Sure. So, because there is like a lot of other like media news sources that are putting out other poll numbers that do show Kamala Harris in the lead for some of these states, other states as well, where you're not expecting, one of them being Iowa. Apparently, Harris is leading Trump by 3 points in Iowa. A surprising poll has just found the side Iowa will go, may not be foregone. What? In conclusion, in favor of Trump that many have anticipated. Many are anticipating that Trump will win Iowa, right? But now, a poll by Des Moines Register shows that Kamala Harris is 47% compared to Trump 44%. So he's losing by 3 points, surprisingly. That's why, you know, in general, you shouldn't really trust the polls because it's not official until they officially announce the official results. I do want to check our good old poly polls, whatever it is called. I think, yeah, we lost territory over here. So Trump is back to 54% and Kamala Harris is 45%. Still leading, right? But the difference has decreased. We got 2 days, 3 hours, 35 minutes, and 12 seconds until the election. Let's go. Next, Kamala Harris today is her last day. I think she will be doing anything for her presidential election. She will appear on SNL, Saturday Night Live, which is literally right now, on the last episode. I don't know why. Why SNL? Like, you can't take SNL very seriously. They even mocked Kamala Harris and Joe Biden on a SNL skit. I only saw some clips. I never watched SNL, like an actual live episode. But yeah. Well, let's hope she doesn't ruin her career even further, or maybe so. Here's some spooky news. There are numerous buildings being boarded up in Washington, D.C. ahead of the election. Buildings including McDonald's, post office, and several others. Now, why would they be boarding up the buildings? Maybe they're expecting a riot. Maybe they're going to rig the election so hard and then people are going to notice and then start rioting in the streets. These places, Washington, D.C. specifically, are preparing for it. Yeah, they're showing images right here, right? You see McDonald's being boarded up to make sure protesters or rioters don't barge in with this outrage, right? They're preparing. This is the United States Post Office. Yeah. Hopefully nothing too crazy happens. This guy over here noticed that and decided to post it, and it's being shared around, so watch it. T-Pain came out to his massive concert dressed up as Donald Trump. I think this is technically a Trump endorsement, right, from T-Pain. I don't think he's on the P. Diddy list, is he? Probably not. Speaking of P. Diddy lists, and celebrity endorsements, I did cover this already. Cardi B endorsed Kamala Harris. Yes, we know, but Elon Musk kind of made a joke about this too, calling her a puppet because apparently the teleprompter broke. Same kind of thing happened in Beyonce when at Kamala's rally when she was being endorsed by Beyonce. She did mention, "Oh, guys, the teleprompter stopped working," and then they had to fix it or something so that she could continue her speech. It was a short speech. She didn't perform. People left the rally because they were upset she didn't perform. Same kind of deal with Cardi B. The teleprompter went off. She had to read the rest of the script off of her phone, which there is a clip about that, right? It wasn't her phone even. It was somebody gave her a phone to read off the rest of the script. So yeah, that Elon Musk is pointing this out, saying another puppet, calling her a puppet, who can't even talk without being fed the words. The Kamala campaign has no authenticity or true empathy. Basically saying like it's yeah, here they are handing her the phone so that she could read the rest of the script. Yeah, it's all scripted. Even Kamala Harris, everything scripted. Nothing is natural. It's all puppets. Cardi B replied to this. She said, "I'm not a puppet, Elon. I'm a daughter of two immigrant parents that had to work their ass off, blah, 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 blah." She's on the P. Diddy list. This is what everybody is saying. Like, okay, no one cares. You're on the P. Diddy list. And also a bit hypocritical because here she is in another video I don't know how long ago this was, but she was completely talking smack about the current government, the Biden-Harris administration, saying, "Oh, I'm never going to endorse a president like this. I don't like these presidencies. I don't care about politics, whatever." And now she's endorsing Kamala Harris? Suspicious. Probably because she's on the P. Diddy list. You see over here, Taylor Swift endorsed Kamala Harris. Leonardo DiCaprio endorsed Kamala Harris. LeBron James endorsed Kamala Harris. There's Cardi B endorsing Kamala Harris. Beyonce endorsing Kamala Harris. Jennifer Lopez, ultimately. And half of Hollywood endorsed Kamala right after it was reported that Diddy has enough dirt to hang half of Hollywood. They're being bribed. It's pretty clear. The Democrats are like, you better endorse Kamala Harris publicly, or else we're going to release those Diddy tapes. And you're not going to like it. Who knows what's in those Diddy tapes. Also, Diddy's key to the city has been revoked as well. Miami Beach has cut ties with Diddy, revoking his key to the city. If you don't know what this is, I don't know either. A random comment will explain it to us. The key to the city is a symbolic award that a city gives to people or organizations to show its gratitude and recognition for their service to the community. The tradition dates back to medieval times when cities were surrounded by walls and gates that were locked at night. The key represented the freedom to enter and leave the city at will and was given to trusted friends of the city. Thanks for the explanation, person. So they revoked that from P. Diddy because he, of course, is not a good person. Here's another video of Kamala Harris rally scripted. Let me up the volume for you guys. Volume warning because she yells. Literally the exact same words, and these are one day apart from each other. It's like, what is even happening at this point? Like, this is not genuine, right? How can anyone... I don't know. I don't know. You guys do you, but this is... whatever. She's been caught with the same kind of thing before. There's literally a whole panorama of, like, multiple videos of her saying the same exact scripted phrase in the same exact way as well, and all synced up with each other, and it's literally, yeah, the same stuff. It's all scripted, and she's reusing not footage, but script lines, and the footage just it looks exactly the same, days apart from each other. It's crazy. AP has also confirmed the White House illegally altered the transcript of Joe Biden calling Trump's supporters garbage. This is blatant in violation of the Presidential Records Act, and White House press officials must be prosecuted. Do not let them get away with this. So, for context, I think you guys already know, Joe Biden called practically a majority of America garbage. Why? Because at a Trump rally, some comedian said Puerto Ricans are garbage, and the Democratic Party is like, ooh, let's use this to put some dirt on Trump. And they said, look, guys, Trump thinks people from Puerto Rico are garbage. We don't vote for us. To which Joe Biden stuck his head out and said, hey, yeah, that's right. You got Puerto Ricans aren't garbage. You know who is garbage? Trump supporters. That's what he said, which is half of the country, which is even worse than just a small percentage of the population that belongs to Puerto Rico, right? So, and then of course Donald Trump went out in a garbage truck for the memes. It was great. There is a transcript that's supposed to happen based off of what the president says, the White House, right over here. And what happened is apparently they changed the transcript a little bit based off of some weird technicality to make it seem like Joe Biden did not call Trump supporters garbage. This is what they did. Okay. So Biden, according to a transcript prepared by the official White House stenographers, told the Latino group on a Tuesday evening video call, the only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters. His demonization of Latinos is unconscionable, whatever that means, and it's un-American. Is this even a word? Unconscionable. I never heard of this. Unconscionable. It is a word, okay. Not right or unreasonable. Just say unreasonable, bro. All right. So the transcript that was released by the White House press office, however, rendered the quote with an apostrophe, reading supporters rather than supporters. Because he does say supporters, his. They put the apostrophe S instead. So that weird technicality, aides said pointed to Biden criticizing Hinchcliffe, not the millions of Americans who are supporting Trump for president. So with this logic, it's kind of saying, it's as if Joe Biden said, the only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters' demonization of Latinos. So Trump supporters' demonization of Latinos is garbage, is kind of what it's saying. Instead of saying Trump's supporters are garbage for the demonization of Latinos. I mean, it kind of works. I don't know. Cool, nice loophole, guys. I don't know what to think about this. But in the end, it's kind of like it kind of flamed the Democratic Party because now it's the Republicans that are saying, see, look, the Democrats are calling all of us, half the country, garbage. We don't think you guys are garbage. So it kind of backfired. And I think Kamala Harris is like, hey, Joe, please stop. Kind of like what they did to Mark Cuban. Like, stop doing interviews on our behalf, please. You're just making it worse for us. I think Joe Biden must have done this on purpose because he low-key wants Trump to win because they stole the race from him. He's not happy with Kamala Harris. That's at least what the internet thinks. Moving on. Joe Biden says, oh, another thing that, just another part of like, he's trying to throw Kamala Harris under the bus. It's multiple examples now. Here's another one from today. Joe Biden says Republicans like Donald Trump are the type of guys you'd like to smack in the ass, like he did, saying that with his teeth clenched. Kind of an endorsement for Trump, I don't know. The comment comes as the Harris campaign is apparently distancing themselves from Biden after he called all Trump supporters garbage. Yeah, so they're not very happy with Joe Biden. And yeah, he's saying stuff that's kind of making them look bad, right? So cool. He's low-key Trump, in favor of Trump in this case. Here's some news. Hezbollah rocket makes a direct impact in Tel Aviv, Israel. Iron Dome failed. Rising escalations, of course, in the Middle East. Hopefully oil prices go up for this. And United States is issuing a warning to Iran. They're saying, hey, any Iranian attack against Israel will not be able to prevent its Israeli retaliation. Basically saying, just like stop or else there's going to be like retaliation guaranteed. If you want to avoid it, then don't attack. And they're also sending Deployment of additional ballistic missile defense destroyer ships, that's a big title, fighter squadron, and tanker aircraft. And several U.S. Air Force B 52 long range strike bombers were being sent by the United States to the Middle Eastern region in a response as a response to this. So, I don't know, possible escalations in the Middle East soon, even though we're very close to elections. Why would they want a war right now? It's not our war anyway, I don't think. Here's some decent news. Of course, NATO and the Europeans and Russians, they're all preparing for this whole election thing too. That's how you know how big this election is supposed to be. Whether or not Trump would get elected or Kamala Harris would get elected, they're preparing for both scenarios. So, of course, we already know like North Korean troops are already in Russia. I don't think there's been too much of an impact in the Ukraine war. I don't know what exactly is going on over there in the region as of right now. But Putin is also preparing for the other option if Donald Trump does win. He says he takes Donald Trump's plan to end the war with Ukraine very seriously, and Russia supports it. So they're willing to end the war with Trump in office. But if Trump doesn't win, Kamala Harris wins with the help of North Korea. They've already tested intercontinental missiles, ballistic missiles. They're ready for war. Like, this is no joke, right? They're preparing for both sides. And same thing with the European Union advising its citizens, like, hey, guys, stock up on food, get ready, because if Kamala Harris wins, we're going to war. But if Trump wins, it'll all be great. Literally, the whole world knows. You can't make this up. Israel's Mossad was caught spying on Italian Prime Minister Meloni, senior officials to gather blackmail for extortion. Well, this is phrased weirdly, but okay. The Israel Mossad, it's basically like the CIA, but it's Israel. They were caught for spying on Giorgia Meloni, the Italian Prime Minister, as they were trying to find some extortion material, some blackmail material. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I don't remember if Italy ever said anything or has done anything that said to stop the war in Gaza, something. I don't know, something to stop sending. I think they were stopping aid to military aid to Israel. That might have been the case. So now Israel is like trying to see if they can get some dirt on her as some revenge. Possibly, I don't even know. Might be the case. If you're wondering what country has the most powerful military in the world, is it Russia? Is it China? Is it Iran? Is it the United States? Here, according to this, which I meant to share a couple days ago, apparently it's Russia leads as the world's strongest military, and then the US follows in second place. This is not looking good. The United States is not the first strongest military. Why not? If we do go to war with Russia, then it's so over. Israel is number 3. That's surprising. Number 4 is China. Number 5 is South Korea. Why South Korea? I would assume it would be North Korea. Iran is number 6. United Kingdom is number 7. Sure. Ukraine is number 8. That's crazy. They've risen that much. Germany is number 9. Turkey is number 10. Turkey number 10. What about like India or something? Don't they have like billions of people? Anyways, according to this, that's the top rankings of world military power. If we do get into war, it's not going to be great. Russia's the leading military in this case. Let's move on to Canada news. Alberta, a province in Canada, Premier Danielle Smith says we are not phasing out any part of our oil and industry. In fact, we are going to unapologetically double our oil and gas production because Alberta is an energy superpower, which is true. They got a lot of natural resources there. She promised new pipelines, oil and gas facilities, petrochemical plants, hydrogen plants, and more. That's great. That's what we want to hear. We don't want to rely in the Middle East. This should be good news, I think. I don't know too much. The United Kingdom elects a new Conservative Party leader. Her name is Olukemi Badenoch, probably African. Um, Joe Rogan had another guest on his podcast, Senator John Fetterman. Um, he did mention this thing to calls to ban Congress members from owning stocks due to insider trading. So it's real. Insider trading is real. Of course it's real. We already know. Look how rich Nancy Pelosi is and other politicians. So where am I going with this? This is where the title of the video comes from. Billionaires are preparing for something big. They know something we don't, I think. Warren Buffett, the biggest example of this. This year so far, we got reports from his Berkshire Hathaway thing. He sold over $100 billion worth of Apple stock. He halted Berkshire Hathaway stock buybacks, thinking that his stock is too overvalued. He built the largest cash balance in company history. He's got $325 billion just sitting there. He holds a record of $288 billion of US Treasury bills. So he's got that in, he's got so much money invested in there. Why? We don't know. He owns he owns $93 billion more treasury bills than the actual Fed. He owns more than them. Imagine. He's halting buybacks until the price is below Berkshire's intrinsic value. So he thinks, like I said, his stock is overvalued, Berkshire Hathaway. So he's kind of positioning himself like a recession is coming. He's preparing to buy a huge dip that we don't know of, possibly. Yeah, here's more information on it. Warren Buffett's literally not buying back his own stock. I can't breathe. His own stock because the price is too high. Buffett is cashing in here. S&P 500 is up 40% since October 2023. This is one of the largest 12-month gains in history. I have more information on here. He's now building his cash balance at an unprecedented rate, even as the market hits new records. So Berkshire Hathaway just announced they're freezing buybacks. Yeah, we know. What does Warren Buffett see here? So here's a long thread. I don't know if I'm going to read all this, but I'm going to try to. Berkshire Hathaway purchased 0% of their $0 of the stock in Q3 2024. They think that, well, they said they're going to rebuy it when it's below its intrinsic value, when it's undervalued. Right now it's overvalued, so they're not planning to buy it. They're going to buy it when they feel like it's worth buying it. Their cash pile is record high. Largest acquisition of all time. $325 billion. He should buy Bitcoin or something. What are you doing? I know he'll never buy Bitcoin. He said that since the beginning of time. Buffett's cash balance has skyrocketed over the last 2 years. Cash balance is larger than the market cap of all but 27 companies in the world. In fact, Buffett's cash pile is now larger than the market cap of Netflix and Bank of America. He could basically double the market cap of literally any of these and below. That's crazy. That's a lot of money. A large contributor to the jump in this cash balance was Berkshire's sales of Apple. He sold a lot of Apple. Why? Probably smart. Apple is not going to make any new iPhones every year anymore. They gave up on the lightning charging cable to they caved into the USB-C. They're a terrible company. I hate Apple products and everything. iPhones, their parts are okay though. What else? Apple. Their Vision Pro was a failure. They didn't sell for what they were expecting to sell because it was so overpriced. Nobody's buying $3,000 of a VR headset. Sure, it might be cool, but it definitely is more work to do. They don't have any AI thing. They're using other people's AI, Apple AI. I wouldn't really trust it. Yeah, whatever. That's what we got for Apple. I was just my little rant against Apple. Interestingly, this comes at a time when the market is on an unprecedented run. The rally puts the S&P 500 officially up 40% over the last 12 months. Yeah, we discussed that since October 2023. The stock market is doing pretty well, right? Some all-time high levels, admittedly. Below trade alerts were published for premium members this year. Even though the market collapsed on August 5, we called for the dip to be bought. Our members are up 1,200 points since August 1. Oh, suspicious. No, it's smart. It was smart to buy that dip August 5. It was a crazy dip due to recession fears. People are saying, oh, we did survive the recession. There's no more fear of recession anymore. I don't think... I think these billionaires know more than we do. Because... Or else why would... If there was no fear of recession, why would this guy have sold his stuff preparing to buy a recession-type dip, if you know what I mean, to get even richer? This guy's going to reach trillions. So what is Buffett doing? It's clear that he's de-risking Berkshire Hathaway's balance sheet. Not only did he liquidate holdings, but increase holdings of treasury bills to 288 billion. So when you're buying treasury bills, kind of like a reserve kind of thing, you're trusting the US dollar more. I think that's what it is. Even as the Fed is cutting rates, yeah, he still finds the yield on treasury bills to be attractive. When you're cutting interest rates, your dollar will devalue. Kind of deal. And he's still waiting to buy it, so he knows something that we don't. Perhaps Buffett is reflecting on elevated levels of greed in the market. That could be true, because his famous quote goes, be fearful when others are greedy and be greedy when others are fearful. I read that in his book. It's on my channel. Go read it. It's in Spanish. Learn a language. Is there too much greed in this market? Possibly. Monday kicks off the biggest week of this year for investors with the election and Fed meeting ahead. That's true. We do have a FOMC meeting coming up soon, literally in 4 days. Really? It's like on election day? No, almost. 1, 2, 3, 4. November 5th? November 7. Why are you lying? 1, 2, 3, 4. November 6 is what it shows. Oh, a couple hours, right? Yeah, 16 hours. Okay, that makes more sense. Oh, this changed. We used to have a chance, like that 1% chance used to be for a 50 basis point rate cut after we got the non-farm payroll data, but then it seems like it cooled down. Now we're back to a 1% chance of the Fed not cutting interest rate. This is where we currently are, 475, 500, 475, 500, right? But it's a 98.9% chance that we will get a 25 basis point rate cut in the next upcoming meeting. Rate cuts are good. Devalues the US dollar, cryptos go up. More money gets flown into the market. Last time Buffett trimmed his holdings of Apple, the stock fell nearly 6%. Oh my gosh, that's true. Apple's stock will open super far down. We expect downward pressure on the stock, which could weigh on the entire market too. Okay, Monday might be a red day. We have a busy week ahead. That's true. Elections is probably the most important thing. The opening of the market on Monday, based off of Warren Buffett. Even he knows how big this election is going to be. With the uncertainty of the market, yeah, sure, it makes sense. It makes sense. It's kind of smart now that I see it. Unfortunately, I cannot do anything about this because the stock market is closed. That's why they plan on extending it to like 22 hours, Monday to Friday, 22 hours a day, instead of opening at 9:30 and closing at 4. Wow, I talked a lot and we still got some news to go through. I thought today was going to be such a slow day. Like I meant like I was going to finish the stream in like 20 minutes. All right. So there we have that. Warren Buffett is preparing for something big. Bottom line, TLDR. Next, Jeff Bezos, also preparing for something big. He sold his Amazon shares, 16,354,620 shares of Amazon. That's worth $3 billion he sold on Friday. And he's already sold over $10 billion this year. What's he going to do with the money? Buy the dip? Buy Bitcoin? It's pretty funny. These might be good buys, possibly. Might consider buying Amazon and Apple stock because I need my monies to go up any way possible. I have no way of checking what the current market is. So the markets are closed. It's Saturday. Some crypto news. Sui. This is just so good. Sui recorded higher net inflows than Solana and Ethereum, combined with $24.3 million. That's just huge. It's literally better than Ethereum and Solana combined. Sui is going to be on fire this cycle. I cannot wait. It's down 5%. Now's a chance to buy, possibly. I did buy already over here on this blue line, so I'm currently negative. but I want it to dip a lot more. Buy as much as I can. If it breaks all-time high levels after elections, I'm just going to go all in. I'm going to ape into everything. Because we're going to the moon. It's confirmed. No, not really. It's not financial advice. Here's an image of a car crash in Mexico. It was a Cybertruck, as you can see right here. Completely destroyed, it seems like, but practically still intact because all the passengers survived. Insane crash. And Elon Musk also commented on his Cybertruck saying, yeah, it's tougher than a bag of nails, so buy Cybertruck, guys. You'll survive a car accident. Remember that guy that shot up a lot of people yesterday? 8 people in total. Here he is at Orlando police jail place. He shot 8 people at a Halloween party in Orlando, Florida, and he got caught by the police and he's being escorted to jail. Donald Trump, remember, he said he would implement some law where, or I think it was if an illegal immigrant kills an American citizen or a cop or something like that, they would get the death penalty. I think it was something like that. I don't know for sure. Can I look it up? Death penalty. Let me see if I can find it. No. Trump again backs death penalty for any migrant who kills U.S. citizens. I don't know if that black guy was a migrant. He's 17, probably American. But this is still... This will, like, definitely frighten migrants to stop killing the American citizens. That's cool. Cool stuff. More Halloween spookiness is a thumbtack was found in an Ontario child's mini chocolate bar. This is, what is this Coffee Crisp? It's my favorite chocolate bar. They put a thumbtack, a rusty thumbtack in it. What are you doing, you psycho? How did they even do that? Anyway, yeah, check your candy before you eat it. I didn't get candy, so I don't gotta check nothing. And that's all. That's all the news I have for today. Sui dropping. Bitcoin, did it drop below 69? No, it's still 69, 180. Let's hope we maintain these levels. Why? Let's hope we maintain these levels for... Oh yeah, we're pushing this uptrend a little bit lower. So we're going to have to probably readjust due to the flatness over here, as I mentioned. But I think it should be around this zone right here. What is November 4? November 4 above 70,000 again. Breakout. November 5th, Trump win up here, 80,000. We'll be fine in the next couple. Yeah, like, okay, this is the best case scenario. Trump wins. Stock market doesn't open too bad on Monday. Fed cuts 25 basis point interest rates. As long as they don't cut more or they don't cut at all, we'll be fine. As long as it's 25 basis point rate cut, it'll be good. And... yeah, Bitcoin fundamentals will kick in. Halving effect. The halving effect is what I mean. No more miners struggling, right? Because prices will continue to go higher. ETF inflows, I haven't checked that, but it's probably going to be great as well. Short squeezes, okay. Man, the inflows from... oh no, that's a lie. November 1, they didn't get any inflows. They didn't track anything for today. Today's Saturday. No inflows from BlackRock yesterday. That's red day for inflows of Bitcoin. Mainly outflows, that would be. So, okay, we got all those good stuff. Exchange reserves are dropping, right? People are trying to buy Bitcoin on the exchanges and there's not enough, prompting more demand, less supply. Price skyrockets even further. I wish it was like an indicator that shows, get out of here. An indicator that shows like a heat map like this. At least for like the exchange provider that I have. Because you can see it, this is for like Binance. There's other exchanges here, Bybit, BitGet, OKX, Binance, etc. And if I find like BingX over here, we can kind of see what they got, right? We see possible liquidations, $23 million worth of liquidations at 70,000 almost, 69,000, 70,000. And same with vice versa. So we have a good support at 68,556. Cool. Let's see how long that can last. Do we have this or not? A heat map, liquidation. I doubt we do. I'm gonna see if I can code one. Surely it's possible, right? Like if I I don't know, take the API of this or something, or yeah, map API. I don't know. I'll try to figure this out, maybe. Maybe I'll create something innovative. I gotta dream big. All right, cool. That's all. That's all the coverage for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you smash like, subscribe. I'm seeing the subscriber count go up, so it makes me happy. Thanks so much for subscribing. Almost 200 subscribers. It's my dream come true. I'll be a millionaire when I hit 200 subscribers. More videos coming out soon. Trump Tower coming out soon. That's all.